Hi guys, this is Sachin and you're watching Sanchari Stories. I'm going to share everything about my recent travel to Morocco. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋನ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾನ್ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಐಟಿನರಿನ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಸೊ I'm going to keep this one in English. So I'm going to cover everything from when to travel to Morocco, that is the best season to travel, how to travel in Morocco, best places to see along with my route map, what to eat, what to shop, and of course the budget. So the best way to travel in Morocco is by renting a car. It gives you the freedom and flexibility to travel at your own pace and of course to explore this beautiful country extensively. The rules is similar to the European countries, and also it's the renting the car is pretty straightforward. People coming from India has to switch their driving side from right to left, but you get used to it in less than 5 minutes. Most of the driving licenses from different countries are accepted here, and also beware of the rules here. The cops are everywhere in Morocco. If you break any rules, be ready to pay hefty fines. The best time to visit Morocco is in spring and autumn. Spring is from March to May, and autumn is from September to October. Despite its impression as a hot country with a desert, Morocco can get pretty cold during winters. During the peak seasons, it can get really crowded. So if you're planning to have quite a vacation, so plan your travel during the shoulder seasons. One crazy fact about Morocco is that it snows during the peak winters in some regions. However, the coastal regions of Morocco can be visited all year long. I visited Morocco in the last week of March and the temperatures were pleasant throughout. But in some parts in the northern side, the temperature was a bit low. So now I'm going to tell about the places you must visit in Morocco. I have written it down so I can't memorize it. So we took a flight to Agadir, which is the westernmost city in Morocco. We just rented the car in the airport of Agadir and we started our trip. Agadir is a coastal city in the foothills of Atlas Ranges. It's a beautiful city and it's pretty old. The must visit places are Aufela, which is the old city, and the Kasbah. Kasbah means the fort in Arabic, and Souk means the market. The Souk El Had is the market, one of the biggest market in northern Africa, and Muhammad the Fifth Mosque, which is beautiful and is the largest mosque in Agadir. Medina means the old city, and there is also a Medina in Agadir, which is absolutely beautiful. You can have a good cup of coffee and some food inside the Medina. There is a beautiful restaurant and you can stroll around the Medina for a good 1 hour. Another must visit place is Sidi Ifni, which is a 2.5 hours drive towards south from Agadir. It's a magnificent rock formation on the beach, and also you can do a lot of adventure activities there like water sports and quad bike. I would highly recommend you to take the quad bike to the rock formation. So from Agadir we left to Ouarzazate the next day, which is a 5.5 hours very scenic drive taking you through mountains and many passes. On the way is Ait Ben Haddou, and also sorry if I'm making any pronunciation mistakes. It is a World UNESCO Heritage Site showcasing the Moroccan clay architecture. A lot of Hollywood movies have been shot here, like Gladiator, Prince of Persia, and Game of Thrones. The city of Ouarzazate is also called the Hollywood of Morocco, and it is almost 30 kilometers from Ait Ben Haddou. So it is also called the land of 1,000 Kasbah. There are many Kasbahs you can visit in and around Ouarzazate. Here you can find the famous Atlas Studio. The movie sets for The Mummy, Prince of Persia, Game of Thrones, everything was set here. One day is a good enough time to see things in Ouarzazate. The next day we left to Sahara, the place called Merzouga, the gateway of Sahara. On the way there are many things you can visit. It's a 5 hours 370 kilometers drive. I would tell you to keep the whole day because visiting the places on the way might take a whole day. You can visit Rose Valley, Dodres Gorge, Todra Gorge, and Monkey Fingers. I would highly recommend to visit Todres Gorge. It is one of the beautiful places I have seen in southern Morocco. So in Merzouga, you can spend the entire day. Sahara Desert is breathtaking and it's a photographer's paradise. And also, it offers a lot of activities like sandboarding, quad biking, camel safaris, and a lot more you can explore there. We stayed in a camp in the midst of Sahara Desert, which is around 1.5 to 2 kilometers from Merzouga inside the desert. I would highly recommend you guys to do it. Also, be warned about the sudden weather changes like sandstorms. We experienced it while driving to Merzouga, and while we were driving through the sandstorm, everything became, pitch dark for 5 minutes. Although it was fun, but it can be challenging at times. We drove back to Ouarzazate that evening. The next day, we drove to one of the most well-known cities in Morocco, Marrakesh, which is the hub for tourists. There are many places to visit in Marrakesh. I would recommend you to start with Jama El Fna, which is the biggest market in Morocco. If you reach Marrakesh in the evening, I would suggest you to go to Jama El Fna in the evening itself, because the market is vibrant in the evening. The other places in Marrakesh to visit includes like Madrasa Ben Youssef, Bahia Palace, Le Jardin Secret, Jardin Majorel, Kautubia Mosque, YSL Museum, Dar el Bacha, and you can see the mosaic art in Madrasa Ben Youssef, Bahia Palace, and Dar el Bacha. They are pieces of art. If you are visiting Dar el Bacha Museum, there is a cafe inside Dar el Bacha which is the most Instagrammable cafe in Morocco. You would love it. I would suggest you to be there early in the morning. It opens at 10 o'clock, or else be prepared to stand in a line for 2 hours. After spending the night in Marrakesh, we drove to Essaouira. It is the windiest city in Morocco. The best way to explore Essaouira is to take a walk in its pretty streets, and also it is famous for one of the scenes from Game of Thrones where Khaleesi comes and frees one of the dynasty. Also, make sure you don't miss the sunset horse ride in Essaouira beach. Our next destination was Casablanca. It's a posh city with a large humongous mosque, which is the largest mosque in Africa and also 5th largest in the world. Hassan II Mosque is incredibly aesthetic. Also, if you're in the city, the old Medina is worth a visit. After visiting Casablanca, we left to Rabat, the capital city of Morocco, which is 1 hour drive from Casablanca. In Rabat, we started with Rabat, the old town and tomb of Muhammad V, and Hassan Tower and Medina of Rabat. You can also spend one day if you take it slow. Then from Rabat we drove to Fez, which is famous for its tanneries and souk. I suggest you to ask one of the locals to take you to the terrace where you can see the different stages of curing and dyeing of leathers. From Fez we drove to Chefchaouen, which is called the Blue City in Morocco. The drive was absolutely scenic and beautiful in the hilly region. The weather was scheisse. It was raining all day and we couldn't go out. Temperature was 6 degrees in Morocco. Can you believe it? This town is all blue. It's just incredible to watch this complete blue streets and blue houses. You can take great pictures and enjoy the street walk and just appreciate the beauty of the place. On the last day, we drove to Tangier. You can visit the Medina and Madrasa in Tangier. We did not have the time to visit. We returned our car in Tangier and we flew back to Munich, marking the end of our incredible road trip in Morocco. I would like to tell you more about shopping and things to buy in Morocco before we get down to the budget. Morocco is famous for its argan oil and olives. You can buy these products in most of the souks or markets in Morocco, but I would recommend you to get the argan oil in Association Argan Morocco, which is of good quality and lesser prices. Make sure you bargain while buying these products as they quote higher price to tourists. Another lesser known product which you can buy in Morocco is the super quality rose water in Rose Valley. So coming to the food, must try Moroccan dish and native Moroccan dish is called tagine. It's a hot pot dish. They bake the chicken in an earthen clay pot, and also you get it in eggplant and also eggs. Also the Moroccan tea, I absolutely loved it. They have bread called mesmin for breakfast. I don't know if I pronounced it right. It was also so good, but they give it with honey or some fruit jam. Also, there are so many herbal tea cafes. One is that you have to try in Fez. However, the vegetarian food is very limited because the Moroccans follow a high meat based diet in their food culture. I visited Morocco during the Ramadan time. All the people in the country were fasting from morning till sunset, so I had very less options to try the food in Morocco. Coming to the budget part, we were three people for 10 days and it costed us 750 to 800 euros per person, excluding the airfare. So I will be putting up everything in the description below about my Airbnbs and the food joints. If I have left something about Morocco, please let me know in the comments. If you like the video and what I'm doing, please like, share and subscribe, and please keep supporting. Thank you for watching and keep traveling with Sanchari Stories.